Kate here, and Tuco floating around somewhere. I'm sure he'll make his appearance. So today I really wanted to do an accessible, kind of gentle joint care, really quick practice. So that if you have, some arthritis or certain pain somewhere, you just really want to get something in before you go to work, this is a really great practice for you. We're going to hit our neck, our shoulders, kind of all the big joints, our hips, knees, ankles, and actually our toes as well, which we often forget about. But the toes and your feet are literally the roots for the rest of your body. So if you kind of forget about stretching those, the rest of you is still going to be kind of out of whack. So we're going to kind of build it up bottom to top, top to bottom. So the only things you're going to need for today's practice, your block and a nice blanket. If you have one of these yoga blankets, that's great. If not, a particularly thick towel works, or maybe even a throw blanket will work. So we're going to start off in our comfortable seat, whatever that means to you. And if comfortable seat doesn't work, having a block underneath you really gives a little bit of extra height, and it really helps your knees. So just take a second to get yourself centered in your body. Close your eyes for a moment. I'm just going to get connected to your breath. And then just slowly let your eyes float open. I'm just going to start with our neck. So just gently drop your chin towards your chest. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Unclench your jaw. And let your elbows be really heavy. Let your hands rest wherever it's comfortable. And just gently roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. So just kind of getting soft in the shoulders. Noticing where there's pain in the left side of your neck. Get a little bit of pull. And then if you're not feeling a super deep stretch here, you can start to move the direction of your chin. So I like to move my chin towards my shoulder and then kind of let my head fall back a little bit. Might feel better for you to move your chin up towards the ceiling and tilt your head further forward. Just kind of find a spot where you get a nice pull, but we're not in any sharp pain. And then hold there. And one more deep breath. And then just slowly roll the chin back to the center. And over to the opposite side, left ear to left shoulder now. Notice if one side of your neck is a little different than the other. And then again, if you want to start to move the direction of your chin, do it really slowly, right? These are gentle movements, nothing jerking or pulling. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, your fingers, your toes. And then just slowly roll the chin back to center. And then all the way back up. So nice and long through the crown of the head. Little bit of a tuck to your chin. Pull your belly in. We'll work our shoulders now. At any point in your practice, if you need to move and reverse the cross in your legs, please feel free. So we're going to take the hands to heart center. And as you inhale, reach the fingertips up to the sky. And down and around. Fingertips down to the earth, chin to the chest. Same in reverse, reach back, up, hands together, and down to the heart center. A few more times. Inhale, reach up through heart center. Big circle, fingertips down to the earth, chin to chest. Reach back, up, and down to the heart center. Let's do it one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, down and around, chin to the chest. Inhale back. Hands together and down to the heart center. Nice. Take a breath. We're just going to take ourselves over to our hands and knees. So this is where your blanket comes in handy. You're going to place it underneath your knees. I always like mine to be about this shape. Taking some good care of our knees here. And then finding tabletop so your wrists are right under your shoulders. Knees and hips are in line with each other. And just start to find your cat and cow. So as you inhale, lift your tailbone. Let your belly drop to the floor. Lift the chin, lift the chest. Find your cow pose. And as you exhale, roll the spine, tuck the tailbone under, press the space up between your shoulder blades, chin to your chest, cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly, look up, cow pose. Exhale, roll chin to chest, cat pose. A few more times with your breath, inhaling to open, and exhaling to roll. Good. A little faster if you'd like to, or slow it down even further. And remember in yoga that there's benefits to both slowing down and speeding up. Speeding up builds up more heat, builds up a little bit more muscle strength, but slowing it down gives us an opportunity to really press into the spaces that need it. Nice. We'll come on back to center. And now let's work a little bit into our knees. So let's take our block. We're going to keep the blanket where it is to protect our knees. And take the block beneath your butt. So we're going to go to sit back. And try to press the knees together and spread the toes out a little bit wider. And we find our hero's pose. So feel free, if this hurts too much, to flip your block so that it's a little bit higher up. You can even stack 2 blocks. You're in the way. And just lift up nice and tall through the crown of your head, lift up through your chest, relax your shoulders, your jaw. Good, so now getting this nice deep stretch across the front of your knees. We're gonna move that right into our ankles. So we're gonna try to lift just the right knee and stretch out the front of that right ankle. Release it down. Try lifting the left knee. There's no force, you're just getting a little bit of lift. And release it back down. One more time, right side. Left side. And then release down, hold for a moment. Good, take yourself back over to your hands and your knees. Move your block off to the side. And now we're gonna move a little bit into our hips and our lower back. So first, if you need to, roll out your ankles a little bit. And then with that tabletop, we're just gonna make some circles with our low back. So just hips, pelvis, lower back. Doesn't matter which direction you go in first. And the cue that I like to use is imagine that there's a paintbrush like balanced on your lower back, and you're trying to paint big circles on a canvas behind you. And then reverse the circles. One side's always going to be a little tougher than the other, so if you need to like slow down and smooth your movements out, feel free. And then come on back to center. Let's work into our wrists. So you're gonna flip the fingertips out towards the edges of your mat. Spread the fingertips out wide. Make sure you're not hyperextending your elbows here. And you might take a really gentle side to side rocking, stretching one wrist and then the other. Now you can stay here if this is a deep enough stretch for you today, or you come to center. Try flipping your fingertips all the way in towards your knees. That's really deep, so just be mindful. No hyperextension in your elbows, fingertips spread wide. If this is kind of an easy stretch for you, which great for you, you can start to sit back a little bit further. Really slowly, slow, 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 gentle being the key word. Shoulders are relaxed, jaws unclenched. Heels of your hands are pressing down, right? So your whole hand is down. And then slowly come back to center. Flip the fingertips forward. And then just roll out your wrists, both directions. Nice. Last two that we'll do, we'll take our block again. This time we're going to curl the toes under and sit back towards the heels. So if you can just sit onto your heels, great. If that's not happening, we grab our block, give ourselves more height. So now stretching into the balls of the feet and the toes, which I'm sure you can feel already. And then we're just going to move a little deeper into the wrists, and this will kind of distract you a little bit from the stretch in your feet. So first, just kind of shaking it out like you're trying to get water off of your hands. Just went into the bathroom and there's no paper towels. Maybe a little faster. Slow it back down. And then now like you're playing a piano, right? So it's like a little hinge on your wrists. So nice and slow first. And then again, if you can speed it up a little bit. And then slow it back down. Release the hands. And then if you feel like you need a deeper stretch into your toes, you can always come back up onto your fingertips. Again, being really mindful. We don't want to hurt those tiny little bones in our feet. And then lift up through the chest. Good, and then very slowly make your way back to center, hands and knees, lift your feet, and roll the ankles out again. And then you end however you'd like to, so I always like to take a child's pose. So knees go a little wider than the hips, and we slide our fingertips forward and relax.